1, 2.
Turn it around. Turn it around.
Lift it up high. Lift it up high.
You know how to set it up? Maybe he'll do it.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Okay, we're all here today in one voice, one people. This is our home. This is our neighborhood. This is our beloved community. And we stand together. We stand together as one to say, no Tank City!
No Tank City!
No Tank City!
No Tank City!
No
Tank City! No Tank City! No Tank City! No Tank City! No Tank City!
No Tank City! No Tank City! No Tank City!
No Tank City!
No Tank City! One, two. Okay, folks. Okay, folks. All right, listen up, listen up. We're going to start. You're going to hear from one of our prominent board presidents of the Bell Park Manor Terrace Co-op. Bobby's here. He's going to say a few words. Bobby. Thank you, Phil. I got it. It's okay. Yeah, get that. Thank you very much. We have over 1,000 people. And I'm going to tell you right now, anything positive, anything positive that happens is because of all of you and the turnout. There is power in numbers. You all know that. So I want to give you a brief background. A brief background of myself with Creedmoor. Let's go back a number of years. As you know, I'm the president of Bell Park Manor Terrace, just a few blocks away. It's the 5th largest garden apartment co-op complex in the borough of Queens. 50 buildings of 47 acres. And a number of years ago, we started having problems because some of the Creedmoor patients that were being allowed to come out were coming onto our property. They were trespassing. They were defecating. They were urinating. They were scaring people. We had what I would call, it was panhandling, very aggressive panhandling. There's ways of saying, do you have spare change? And ways of saying, you better give it to me or else. That's aggressive panhandling. So what happened was, myself along with other civic leaders, the police, politicians, the execs from Creedmoor, we would meet in the tall building on Winchester, and we'd have meetings. And I would give them photographic and video clips showing proof of the things that were going on. Do you know that 25%, sometimes a little more, of all the calls of the 105th precinct is due to Creedmoor? That's an astounding number, ladies and gentlemen. That's a very, very big number. But at the same time, my heart goes out to these patients because they're ill. They have problems. And a lot of it is not their fault. You don't send out schizophrenic people. And because of HIPAA laws, they don't have to take the medicine. So the whole thing is messed up because of that. So things were getting a little bit better. The 105th precinct has been fantastic. Things have gotten better. They've been just great. So then what happened after a number of years of doing this, something happened called COVID. Everything shut down. No more meetings, no more anything. And by the way, we haven't been in that building. It hasn't been a meeting there since. Rushing ahead, then we had a thing of an organization, ESD, the Empire State Development. That's where the genius governor, Hochul, who, by the way, let's remember how she got the job. Because Cuomo stepped down. Okay, then what happened was the ESD, and I want to speak about this briefly because it's all about the tent city. But it's really a cousin of the tent city because they want to put in permanent structures in here. We're in favor of things like veterans, senior things. Okay. And all the civics agreed on these things. But let's get to the main thing. The tent city, the nightmare.
No tent city! No tent city!
Okay, so all of a sudden, we didn't have any fair warning. We had nothing. So all we heard was they're going to be putting up tents with 1,000 single male migrants. So I want to know the geniuses. And by the way, if you want to be upset with anybody, let it be the mayor and Governor Hochul. Okay. So we had a meeting. I don't know, a little under a week ago. It was a Zoom meeting. Some of the people here might have been on it. And some of the questions that we asked. So for the 1,000 male migrants, how much private security are you going to give us? We don't know. We'll have to get back to you. We'll have to get back to you on that. Did you vet the 1,000 migrants that are coming in? The answer was no. We said, what do you mean no? They said, well, the Fed said they vetted them. My friend Bob Friedrich here wisely said, okay, so where's the paperwork from the Feds? Prove it. Nothing happened with that. So what kind of ID are they going to have? They held up a card. Basically, it gets them a cot. It gets them a cot. Is there a curfew for them? No, there's no curfew. There was nothing. Then there was a representative there from the MTA. We said, if you're going to have 1,000 male migrants, people that many of them won't be speaking the language, they don't have social security numbers, they don't have jobs, they don't have cars. By the way, lock up your bicycles, okay? And so what happens after that? They're going to be bored. 1,000 young men. They're going to be bored. They're going to be getting up in the morning. They're going to be going to PS 18. Forget about Alley Palm Park. And when they get on buses, by the way, I do believe that a majority of them are good people that want to come here and have a better life. But some of them, I believe some of them. But you're going to get 5% of anything in life 5% that's going to be bad. And by the way, so I'm going to wrap this up. There's a man standing to the left of me. His name is Curtis Lewa. Okay, and I want to tell you something. I've been in the music and entertainment business my whole life, and what you don't understand is that this man is not touting a book, a movie, He's not making money off of this. He's not even getting gas money for coming out here. He does it because he's the quintessential New Yorker. He walks the walk. He walks the walk. He proved that years ago with the Guardian Angels, and everybody was giving him crap. When they talk about New York, they should have a picture next to the word New York of Curtis Sliwa. And we can't thank you enough. I really mean that. Okay. And that's it. Thank you for listening.
Testing. All right, our next speaker is Bob.
Nothing across the street from an elementary school, a ball field, a YMCA, and in 4 weeks, Van Buren opens up with their 1,500 students. This is a recipe for disaster, and it's a powder keg waiting to go off. I call on the local elected officials to immediately do 2 things. Tell the Biden administration to secure the border. The border can remain open for legal immigration, but secure it for illegal immigration. And last but not least, I call upon elected officials to sue the mayor and sue the governor for an inhumane and unsafe plan that they've thrust upon us in this community. Thank you all very much. Okay, guys, without further ado, I just want to introduce a great friend of mine and the community, Mr. Curtis Sliwa.
Today, it's a product of many demonstrations before. You didn't all just come here tonight. To the organizers who were here for the first demonstration last Thursday, and then Saturday, and then Tuesday, and then Thursday, and Saturday, and now again Tuesday. Let's give them a great round of applause. They've spread the message. And I'm proud to say that in a nonpartisan gathering of Democrats, Independents, Republicans, I think I've worn the hat of all 3. I registered as a Democrat. I became chairman of the Reform Party and a Republican. So I think I'm best prepared to speak for everybody that this is about community. This is about men and women who have invested their life savings into their little piece of property, whether it's a co-op, a condo, whether it's a rental, a lease, or they bought a house and are still paying the mortgage. This is so unfair, Mayor Eric Adams. You are destabilizing a stable community of many neighborhoods in East Queens, and they're out here tonight to say, hell no! Hell no! Hell no! But I come here as somebody who remember at 18, I'm now 69. But at 18 years old, there was another community that was under siege. It was Forest Hills. At the time, very liberal, a lot of Democrats. They had helped elect John Lindsay mayor. Without them, he might not have been mayor. And John Lindsay did what this Mayor Eric Adams did. And under the cover of darkness, he said, we're going to put a public housing project on 108th. And these people saw their value, their equity in their homes just immediately disintegrate. They begged him, they beseeched him, they said, Lindsay, please, not a public housing project. You can't do that here. And he said, I'm the mayor. I can do whatever the hell I want. And they gathered and they protested and they took their protests to City Hall and to Gracie Mansion, which may have to be our next step. And then they used civil disobedience. Now, I'm a veteran of civil disobedience. I've been arrested 77 times. And I don't mind there being a 7th, 8th arrest. But some of you may have to join me. If this tent stays up, we may have to use the remedy that Forest Hills used and peacefully go in and chain ourselves to those facilities and say, we won't leave until they leave. We won't leave until they leave. We won't leave until they leave. This is our neighborhood, not their neighborhood. This is our neighborhood. And look at the faces of everyone here tonight. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Southeast Asian. They're going to try to call you racist. It doesn't work. This is the mosaic. This is diversity. This is the strength of the city. These are the middle class taxpayers. These are the people who work hard, pay their taxes, and support the elected officials. And you should be heard first and foremost. Now, I'll leave you on this note. In Forest Hills, they were at an impasse. The community versus a very powerful mayor at that time, John Lindsay, who, like all mayors, think they're going to run for president of the United States. They're robots, they're titched, it never happens. But this mayor, like every other mayor, Bloomberg, Giuliani, Lindsay, and oh yeah, Comrade Bill de Blasio, they all think they're going to run for president. And it never happens. So the community said to Lindsay, we will follow you wherever you go, including to Florida when he was running for president, and they made him lose that Democratic primary. So we need to let Mayor Eric Adams know we're not just going to be here in Eastern Queens. Wherever you go, Eric Adams, as long as this tent stays up, as long as you put 1,000 illegal alien, single, able-bodied men here with nothing to do, nowhere to go but to get into trouble, we will become Eric Adams' worst nightmare. the first little story is the story of America. A little neighborhood lawyer in Corona was called up by John Lindsay, and he said, "Save me. Save me. I'll never be able to run for president." And a guy named Mario Cuomo, who went on to become governor, might have become president, intervened, and what was to be a housing project became like what many of you live in now, a co-op with stakeholders, and there hasn't been a problem there since that facility was built. I want to be that facilitator. I will meet with the mayor who I've known for 48 years. And I will sit with him and I will say, "Eric Adams, here's the plan. You're the swagger man with no plan. Here's the plan. I and the guardian angels who are in the streets will get the emotionally disturbed persons, the mentally ill who live in our subways, our streets, and our parks, who are lost souls, who need desperate help, who are a danger to themselves and everyone else. We'll put them on buses and we'll bring them in the empty rooms and the empty tiers of Creedmoor, which is what this psychiatric facility was built for. We need to help our own Americans. Many of them are people of color. Many of them are African American, without which Eric Adams would not be mayor today. Eric, remember your priorities. Your peeps need you. We need to house people who are emotionally disturbed, who have mental health issues, who are schizophrenic and bipolar in this facility that is only 30% occupied. Only 30% of the beds are being used. I think that's a fair compromise. What would a humanitarian society want? Emotionally disturbed Americans putting themselves in danger and you in danger. Our Americans living in subways, living in squalor, living in filth, with nowhere to go, nothing to eat. Men and women who served our country valiantly in our military services. Eric Adams, you help Americans first. You help New York City residents first. That's what you are elected to do. Leave it to the Papachulo, the guy who said in his debate, "I'm your daddy, you can cross the border." Send them back to Washington, D.C., and let Joe Biden deal with them. Thank you.
No tent city!
No tent city! No tent city!
All right, everybody, listen up, listen up, listen up, listen up. Right. All right. Listen, we appreciate everybody coming down here. All right. Give yourselves a hand. All right. We got plenty of pictures. All right. We've got plenty of testimonials to spill out there all over the place. All right. Go out and spill them. All right. Light up social media. Tell them what's going on. If you've signed one of our sheets, you'll be notified for the next rally. All right. We haven't decided when that's going to be yet, but it could be tomorrow. It could be next week. All right. Get home safely while it is still light out, and please watch your step. all right, where you're going. Thank you very much, and good night. Good night, good night, good night.
No tent city. No tent city. No tent city. No tent city. No tent city.
How's everybody doing? Can you get out of here for a second?
November. Remember in November. November in November.
All right. Everybody's pretty conservative in New York. Christopher Wright here in Queens, New York. As you can see, sorry for the quick video, but no tent city. No illegal aliens in New York at all. We don't want it here. And you saw the pictures that came out here. Over 1,000 people showed up to this event, me included, of course. You guys want to know where I've been? Conservative Republican Alliance in New York, doing our thing. We got an event coming up on the 20th of August, Metropolitan Republic Club in Manhattan, 5 to 8. You don't want 10 cities? You don't want illegal aliens? You know what we're doing? We're fighting in New York for the rest of the country to do the same thing. And like always, great unity, great hearts together. Thank you, Christopher Wright, informing us. Yes, thank you, no problem. Sorry about the quick video. I didn't get a chance to do a little intro, nothing like that, but this is Queens, New York, where I'm at. A lot of New Yorkers came out for this event because we've been having 10 cities in New York City. Like you see what's going on in California, we'd have in New York. Roosevelt Hotel had illegal aliens all around the hotel, like tents all over the place. So people are talking about bringing 10 cities to Queens. So people are coming out and saying, we don't want it. They don't want it. So I'm out here to represent because I'm in Queens. You know, I ain't about that life. So I'm just going to inform you guys that New York is not about it. We got a lot of pictures against it. And we need you around the country to support us because we're having to fight out here. Boots on the ground, like always. No 10 cities. You hear in the background. So like always, may God bless everybody out there listening. May God bless these United States of America. Peace out.